Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vetse Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pate Namaha. We are doing a series of question and answer sessions. And one question is, there are multiple misconceptions that are tied with the building of the bridge. So can we take care of that? Okay, so the Setu Bandhan episode, or the construction of the bridge episode in Yuddha Kanda, is a very short chapter. It is chapter number 22. It is extremely small compared to how important it is. It is also one of the most misinterpreted chapters. And I have done a lot of research as to what those misinterpretations or misconceptions are, and I have categorized them into 6 different misconceptions. The first misconception is the bridge was made of only stones. This is not true. Second misconception is that either a spider or a squirrel wanted to help in the construction, and Hanuman or one of the other devotees humiliated the spider or the squirrel, and Rama said that that service is as important to him as Hanuman's. This is not mentioned anywhere in Valmiki Ramayana. The next one is the monkeys wrote the name of Rama on the stones. That is not true. The next misconception is that the bridge was constructed by Nal and Neel. This is also not true. And the next one is very controversial because many people believe this to be true, and this is not according to Valmiki Ramayana. The main thing is the bridge was considered to be floating. And that is not true according to Valmiki Ramayana. And I'm even going to quote the exact verse where it is specifically said that it is not a floating bridge. And I am going to do that. The 6th misconception is that Rama threw a stone in the ocean to test if it floats, and the stone sinks, and Rama wonders why that has happened. And then the monkey say that how can anything survive if it is rejected by Rama himself? First of all, Rama does not reject anybody. Everyone is accepted by him. He himself says that if Ravana himself wants to take his shelter, Rama will happily give Ravan shelter. So Rama does not reject anybody. He does not say that his love is not meant for anybody. He accepts everyone. That is the kindness of the Lord. As far as throwing a stone into the ocean is concerned, that does not happen because, first of all, it wasn't a floating bridge. So that does not happen. So none of these above things are mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana. And I do not know if there is any Purana that contains this information either. I have researched, but I was not able to find it. If anyone can find it, just let me know. But it is not according to Valmiki Ramayana. And that's it. Unless and until I get a Puranic reference, I will not consider any of these above 6 mentioned stories as authentic. Now, the Setu Bandhan episode, which I'm going to elaborate in greater detail, is taken from, as I mentioned before, the 22nd chapter of Yuddha Kanda. Lord Rama was angry with the ocean. He had fasted for 3 days and nights in the hopes that the ocean would give a passageway. But the ocean Devata did not appear, and Rama began to invoke the Brahmastra. The whole world trembled. The ocean appeared in a personified form. He told Rama to ask Nala, the son of Vishwakarma, to build a bridge. Nala was equal to his father in his knowledge of architecture. He also asked Rama to shoot the arrow at Tulya to kill robbers who misused the water. Rama shoots the arrow and gives permission to Nala and the monkeys to start constructing the bridge. And Nala agrees. So the first thing is that Neel was also involved. That is not true. It is only Nal. So Nala says that I am capable of constructing the bridge across the ocean. Let the best of monkeys build the bridge. Then, being sent by Rama, hundreds and thousands of monkey heroes jumped in joy on all the sides towards the great forest that was on the banks of the ocean. They took rocks and trees and dragged them towards the sea. So once again, you have lots of trees, and Valmiki gives the species of trees that were used. And they filled the ocean. So it wasn't floating, they filled the ocean. And the Sanskrit word that is used over here is Parya Puryayam Sagaram. Parya Puryayam. So they filled the ocean with various kinds of trees, and the species are Sala, Ashvakarna, Dhava, Bamboo, Kutaja, Arjun, Palmyra, Tilaka, Tinisa, Bilva, Saptaparna, Karnika, Mango, and Ashoka trees. So this indicates that the bridge was not floating, that the monkeys filled the ocean bed, and of course that rocks weren't the only ingredients. The excellent monkeys, forest animals, lifted and barked like Indra's flagpoles, some trees with roots intact and some without roots. From here and there, the monkeys brought palmyra trees, pomegranate shrubs, coconut, vibhitaka, kirira, bakula, and neem trees. So once again, the species of trees that is given over here indicates that rocks and trees were used. The huge-bodied monkeys with mighty strength uprooted the elephant-sized rocks and mountains and transported them using yantraya, or mechanical contrivances, some machines. So they were very good in construction. So they created catapults and things like that, and they helped drag those heavy mountains and heavy boulders and trees to do that. And they suddenly dropped those huge rocks and trees into the ocean, and the water raised up due to the sudden throwing of the mountains in the sea, soared up towards the sky, and from there gushed back down. So it shows Archimedes' principle of water displacement, and the force with which you throw something, you're going to get something back up. So it was the huge force that was exerted in throwing the mountains and the rocks and the trees into the ocean, and the water gushes up. The rocks falling on all sides perturbed the oceans. Some drew up strings 100 yojanas long in order to keep the rocks in a straight line. So drawing strings, and it was like pure engineering course. You draw the strings, you figure out what's the straight line. And some monkeys were holding poles for measuring the bridge, and others collected material. Reeds and logs resembling clouds and mountains were brought by hundreds and thousands of monkeys, led by the commander Rama, and fastened some parts to the bridge. So they were filling up the remaining portion with some reeds and logs and things like that. And the monkeys constructed the bridge with trees having blossoms at the end of the boughs. And some monkeys seized the rocks resembling mountains and peaks of mountains and appeared running hither and thither. And then the surprising thing is that everyone knows that the distance between Rameshwaram and Lanka is 100 yojanas. And the bridge was 100 yojanas long and 10 yojanas wide. And on the first day, the Vanaras built a 14 by 10 Yojana bridge. The second day it was 20, third day it was 21, fourth day 22, and the fifth day it was 23. So a total of 100 Yojanas by 10 Yojanas. So within a span of 5 days, the monkeys built the most impossible bridge. And then that Nala, the strong and illustrious son of Vishwakarma and an excellent monkey, built the bridge across the ocean as truly as his father himself would have built it. And Vishwakarma is the divine architect, right? He is the person who builds things in the Devata Loka. And in the Asura Loka, it is actually Maya, who is Mandodari's father, who actually helped build Yudhishthir's palace as well. It is the same Maya. He built the cities that were occupied by the Tripurasurs, and he helped build the palace of Yudhishthir because he takes shelter of Krishna and Arjun. And Nala is like his father, Vishwakarma. All the celestials marveled at the bridge constructed by the monkeys. The most amazing thing about the Setubandhan episode is that due to the devotion to Rama, the monkeys could build an impossible bridge in 5 days. Okay, and I have thus effectively refuted all the 6 stories assigned to the Setubandhan episode. Once again, if a Purana says that one or more stories is correct, I will readily accept, but until proven otherwise, Valmiki's account of Setubandhan is the only accurate version of the bridge building episode. Alright. Thank you, and Haribol.